What's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. For my future Q&A videos, if you guys have any questions for me, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments of this video and I'll try and answer them in my future Q&As. I got these questions from Instagram, so you guys can follow me on Instagram if you'd like. The first question is, what made my eating disorder start? The eating disorder behaviors started when it was actually like right before summer, and I was just on Tumblr looking at pictures, and I just remember seeing all of these beach pictures and all these beach bodies and bikini bodies, and just looking at those bodies and being like, wow, I want my stomach to look like that. And literally from that day on, like, that's when my behavior started. But on a deeper level, what started my eating disorder was having a lot of feelings of inadequacy and like I needed to be better in order for people to love me. Also, I think it was a coping skill for my anxiety, and some of my anxiety was like transferring onto food and transferring into my eating disorder and transferring to anxiety about my body as opposed to just the generalized anxiety I'd been having. So I think it was just like a combination of a few factors. The next question is, was being vegan disordered for you? Basically, yes, being vegan was very disordered for me because I decided to go vegan like while I was in my eating disorder, while I was engaging, and it was basically just a way for me to restrict. It was a way for me to cut out food groups I wasn't comfortable with, and it was a way for me to get out of eating at social situations. Like, it wasn't at all about like the ethical and good reasons behind veganism. I was just using it as a cover for my eating disorder and using it to my own advantage, so it was super disordered for me. The next question is, how was I motivated to get better? So I actually wasn't for a very, very long time, and I was recovering but just having such a hard time because I was not motivated to get better. So like, I wasn't getting anywhere. What changed it for me was a few things. Basically, it wasn't until I was able to see that yes, I was sick and I did have a problem and that what I was doing wasn't okay, and able to see everything that my eating disorder took away from me and the reality of my eating disorder and what it was doing to me. It wasn't until I was able to see that I was able to get that shift and go, okay, I actually do need to fight this. I actually do want to get better. And that desire to get better was on a deeper level than just the day-to-day motivation. The day-to-day motivation will come and it'll go, so that can't be relied on. You have to have those deeper reasons for wanting recovery. And so for me, yeah, I was just seeing what it had taken from me and what it was doing to me, the reality of it, that it was just making me miserable, that it wasn't going to make me happy, that it was taking away relationships, opportunities, my grades were dropping, that I was literally losing life. It was coming to that realization that I couldn't keep having an eating disorder and do everything I wanted to do and have a happy life. Another thing that helped was figuring out the underlying reasons for my eating disorder, so figuring out why I had developed an eating disorder and what it was doing for me and what it was helping me cope with, and for me that was the feelings of inadequacy. And another thing that really motivated me to get better was being surrounded by people that were recovery focused and super inspiring and super positive and uplifting, and being with them was just such a great influence on me that it really made the world of a difference. Next question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? So in 10 years, I'll be 28. I mean, all of this is totally subject to change, like just based on like my vision for the next few years for right now. What I'd say is probably have graduated with my nursing degree and maybe like a minor in psychology, and I will have traveled. I really would love to go traveling and maybe do travel nursing. And then also maybe I've gone back to school to get my master's degree or my doctorate, or become a doctor, a psychologist, counselor, therapist, social worker. Like, I don't know exactly like where I want to go after that, but that's, I guess, kind of my long-term plan as of right now. And hopefully, of course, I hope to be 100% recovered from my phobia, my anxiety, my eating disorder, everything, and just like healthy and happy. Hopefully continuing on with YouTube or have found like another platform to really help other people through. And then I guess I'll be 28, so maybe married or in a long-term relationship with a partner. I don't know. We'll see. The next question is, what do I recommend to someone who wants to lose weight? So I'm going to assume that this is coming from like a past or someone who's currently struggling with an eating disorder or disordered eating, and that it's like the eating disorder that really is like pushing you to lose weight and just feeling really terrible about yourself, and so you want to lose weight. So the first thing I'd say is just don't do it. The more weight you lose, the more you will be engaging in behaviors, the more you will be stuck in your eating disorder, the sicker you will be, and so the more miserable you will be, the harder things will be for you. I know losing weight feels like the better and the easier solution, but it's not. Before you lose any weight, you have to love yourself as you are. Like, have self-worth and self-love for yourself that's deeper than how your body looks. Because if you're losing weight to try and find that love for yourself and that happiness, it's not going to work. Because you need to be able to love your body and love yourself, all of you, at any weight and at any body shape or body type. Because you're not going to discover that self-love at 20 pounds lighter. Concentrate on having a healthy mind, because that is so important. You can't be happy without a healthy mind. You can't have that self-love. If you have an eating disorder and you really want to lose weight, just focus on getting your mind healthy first. And if like you're someone who has been struggling with an eating disorder, maybe going on a meal plan right now would be beneficial. Having a meal plan can be super helpful just when you're really struggling to fall back on. And then also reaching out for support. Eating disorders thrive in silence. They really do. So reaching out to your therapist, your dietitian, your counselor, your siblings, your parents, your friends, like whoever you can that will give you good support. Just let them know what's going on. Tell them that you're struggling, because having someone else cheering for you and with you and helping you however they can make the world of a difference. And also just remember that if things are really tough right now, like it won't last forever. Like definitely maybe hard right now, but it will pass. It won't last forever, so if you can get through this tough time, things will get easier. The next question is, what do you think your eating disorder taught you? It's crazy to me that something so negative and something so hard and something that was just an absolute nightmare could teach me so much, that I could grow so much from it. But it taught me so much about myself. It taught me what my fears are. It taught me so much about feelings and emotions, and especially like my feelings and emotions and how I respond to certain situations. And it taught me like what my default emotions are and which ones I tend to mask and which ones I need support with. It taught me a lot about supporting other people and being there for other people and being a good friend. It showed me where my passions lie, and it taught me like what I want to do with my life, because if I hadn't had an eating disorder, I'm not sure I would want to work in the medical field. I would probably have no interest in working with eating disorders. I definitely wouldn't have started this channel and discovered so much passion for making these kinds of videos. My eating disorder taught me, this sounds so weird, but it taught me what normal eating is, because through treatment and through recovery, I've learned like what normal and balanced and healthy eating is. Through my eating disorder, I learned what true friendships and what true connections are, and what harmful connections and what harmful friendships are. And I learned how to reach out for support and ask people what I need. Granted, I still struggle with doing that a lot of the time, but I'm much better at it than I was beforehand. My eating disorder overall made me a lot stronger as a person, and my eating disorder taught me what true health really is, because true health isn't about the way your body looks. True health is about having a balance in your life and being happy and being healthy in your body, your mind, and your soul. Though my eating disorder was so difficult, I did learn a lot from it, and it definitely changed me as a person, and I've grown a lot from it. The next question is, how awesome do you think Brenna is? So Brenna is my friend from residential treatment. She's amazing. She's so inspiring. I love her so much. We actually did film a video together on my channel. It was 50 recovery reasons, and Brenna actually also just started a blog, a recovery blog. I think it's Live Love Recovery. So I'll have that linked below. It's awesome. I love her blog posts. You guys should totally check that out if you're looking for another resource. The next question is, what helps you the most when you're having a difficult time? When I'm feeling guilty and just having a hard day, honestly, what I do is film. It really, honestly, it's just a great distraction. It helps me focus on something else, and it makes me happier, and I find that when I'm done, I just feel a lot better, and I've kind of forgotten about whatever was really dragging me down or making me feel guilty. Another thing that really helps me when I'm struggling a lot is just connection. Just having a really good talk with a close friend, with my mom or dad. Normally it honestly just looks like going for a walk with someone or calling one of my friends from treatment. I just find like that knowledge that I'm not alone and that someone else is there cheering for me and caring for me. Just like that companionship and how much better I feel after I've truly connected with someone. I find that super helpful. And sometimes me coping honestly just looks like me going for a walk and listening to really loud music, just getting some fresh air and trying to clear my head. It might look like doing some healthy exercise, because that just always really clears my head too. Yeah, those are some of the main things that really help me when I'm struggling. So those are all of the questions that I'm going to be answering today. My last Q&A video was like 20 minutes long, and so I'm gonna try and keep this one a bit shorter. As always, you can send me an email at lydiasfight@yahoo.com, follow me on Instagram at lydiasfight, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.